Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and I want to thank you for coming back to my channel once again. Today we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends Venom from the 2019 film Venom. Classic Eminem song insert here.
Fill him with the venom and eliminate him. Other words, I'm intimate him. I don't want to hurt him, but I did him in a fit of rage.
I found it in the wild at Target, which was kind of surprisingly fun for me. I don't hunt for figures, especially Marvel Legends. I'm not a Marvel Legends collector at all, but I saw him up there and he was the last one on the shelf, and you know, that impulse buy inside of me really screws up my day sometimes, but I'm so glad that I picked this one up. Before you watch any more of the review, just know that I think this guy looks fantastic. I think he's super fun, and I'm just really glad that I have him. So, moving on to the Venom character itself, I don't know that much about Venom. I've read a few of his comics, and I know how he's introduced into the Spider-Man universe, but I wouldn't consider myself a huge Venom fan. That being said, the character was introduced to me in the Sam Raimi Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3 film, which I know was a mess, but I still enjoy those movies. Come on, they're still fun. You can't deny that you enjoy watching Spider-Man 3. But that Eddie Brock was really mean and angry, and I don't know about comic accuracy or not, but I do know that the Tom Hardy Eddie Brock version was just kind of a fun movie for me to enjoy. I walked out of the theater not loving Venom, but I really enjoyed him as a character and I wanted to see more of him, so I guess that's all you can really ask for in a movie. Anyway, getting a closer look at this figure, and my goodness, Marvel Legends did a fantastic job with this new sculpt and movie design. I'm not a huge Marvel Legends collector, as I've said, but their movie stuff has gotten a lot better in recent time. Now I have two lights going on them right now. I have this main bright bulb that's casting the main light, and then I have this light to my left that's casting these purple hits of light that you see all over him. Just look at the way this looks and the way the tongue looks and just the side profile. It's a beautiful sculpt, and Marvel Legends, you know, for the price, spectacular, really. Like, there's no need for a $90 import figure at this point. This one has got it made. I don't see them doing much better than this. So Marvel Legends don't come with a whole bunch, but he comes with, I guess, as much as I'd want him to. That's actually not true. I wish he'd come with a lot more from the movie, but it's a $20 figure. He's also pretty big. He's larger than the average human character, so I can't complain that much. So he also has two pairs of fists. This is his left hand right here. It has some of those veins on it as well. It looks pretty good. I don't think I'd ever have him with these fists. Here's the other one. You can see some of that paint detail on it. Yeah, I don't think I'd have these on him. He looks better with his kind of creepy, menacing hands, but they include them, you know, fists. Everyone loves them, I guess. And finally, he comes with this closed mouth, grinning head sculpt. The teeth get a little bit interesting there. You can see some of the paint bleed. That shouldn't be too hard to touch up. It's just getting the mixture of white right and then painting over it, but that is somewhat of a bummer. I wish that was a bit more cleaner, but again, this is a cheap-ish action figure for what you get. So, taking a look at his articulation, and surprisingly, he's very mobile. I don't usually take a look at articulation, but since this guy doesn't come with a bunch and he is a larger figure, I thought it's worth taking a little look at. So his head can look up. I can't really look up that much actually at all. Can look down, not that much either, but it can rotate all the way around, so that's always good. You pull that off and you could sort of get it in there halfway and then maybe get a bit more rotation. It's kind of broken looking there, but it is what it is. The heads are a bit difficult to get on there, I'm not gonna lie. Heated up a little bit, but these are Marvel Legends. I have had no issues with things breaking in the past, so I'm not too worried about it. But so his other head can look up a bit farther and look down a bit farther. That's just because the jaw's not open like this one, but that's what he looks like with that on. His arms can go out that far. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got double jointed arms, which is really surprising, and I really appreciate that. He can get some of those kind of goofy poses down with his double jointed arms, so that's always nice. No butterfly joints, that's alright. His hands can swivel and hinge at the wrist. And again, like I said, these hands are just way more interesting and more Venom-like to me, in my opinion, so keeping these on. He's got a lot of movement in this in his waist, so right under his chest he can swivel around and side to side quite a bit for such a big character, which is always nice to see. He can arch back that far and arch forward that far, but then he has this waist crunch, the ab crunch, that he can get even further and even further back, which, I mean, come on. So there's no waist swivel, but there is this upper torso swivel, which you can get to look pretty cool sometimes. You can get him looking right, you know, something like that. Pretty menacing, pretty cool. And surprisingly enough, I'm trying to do this fast, but I'm probably not. Surprisingly enough, all this looks pretty natural once it's posed. So the way that this sort of rotation works, it never looks too odd to me. And maybe it's just the Venom design, or that it's all black, but it's not like his outfit or costume's getting covered or anything. It just looks pretty good. I never question that movement at all. Same with here. He's a little belly button. Not sure if Venom has a belly button, but at the legs it can move up that far. Amazing. Not that far back. He's got a thigh swivel all the way around. He's got double jointed knees, no shin swivel or anything like that. And then his feet were a little tight for me. Can't believe I'm talking about Venom's feet on YouTube, but his feet were a little tight for me out of the package. So I just heated it up a little bit with some warm water, and he was always kind of standing a little bit back and he was falling over all the time, so I heated this up and I pushed it a bit more further, and now he stands up pretty straight. His head can be pushed up this far and down this far. The movement's better going down. And then he's got some pretty gracious ankle pivot there. That's pretty special. And that's about it for this man. Like I said, I'm not a huge Venom fan, but I'm a fan of the Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock Venom movie. It was kind of a special one. It was kind of out there. I appreciated some of the risks that they took. I think it was a rushed movie and it could have been done way better. But for what it was, I think it was a good introduction to Venom if you have no idea what he's all about. My only real critiques with this is the same critique I have with the movie. There's no Spider-Man in the movie, so there's no Spider-Man symbol on Venom, and I've seen a ton of people on Instagram paint their own versions, make their own movie versions of Venom, but for now, this is what Venom looks like, I guess, in the Sonyverse. I'm sure in the future, when they do meet and the Spider-Man 3 happens with Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire all coming together for whatever that mishmash nonsense is, I'm sure after that we will get a reissue of this with the spider symbol on it. So, but for now, this looks fantastic. I don't have any other Venom figure except a used Mafex Venom, which I'm going to compare him with right now. Alright, so I picked up these two Venom figures at around the same time. It was a bit strange, but I found him used on eBay, and I took a chance on a bid, and I won. And then I found him at Target, which I had seen him on other retail sites for probably double the price, so when I saw him, I kind of had to pick them up. And they both look really good. Here you can see that classic Venom logo that this one's missing. Obviously the painting detail shadows on this Venom figure are going to be better. It's a Mafex import from Japan, so it has a little bit more attention to detail. But I think in terms of having fun, and the look, I kind of prefer the movie Venom. I really, really, really enjoy how he looks kind of wet and slimy, and how the light kind of casts off him. I like that a bit more than the other one. So that's just my opinion, and I'm sure my opinion is wrong. And that's the review. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's a quick one, but I'm kind of still trying to figure out what kind of content I want to make, what kind of scripts I want to write. So I hope this was a little informative thing. If you see this one out in Target, I would recommend picking it up, even if you're not a fan of the film. It's just a big, scary, goofy looking Venom figure that is fun to put in the background of things. So thank you for watching this review. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.